Welcome to the Financial Interest YouTube channel. My name's Dan. So this week you're going to notice there's a slightly different setting here because I've actually managed to get back home for Christmas, and this is the first time I've travelled for 2 years. So you will see it's fairly foggy, fairly cold. But actually in this week's video I wanted to talk about credit cards and how they can be used to benefit you. So let's get on with the video. So I've always had credit cards for a number of years and never really used them how they're supposed to be used. I used to kind of just make myself go into more debt, and actually a couple of years ago, so just after I'd been on holiday in 2019, I actually had 52,000 dirhams of credit card debt, which is just over 14,000 US dollars. So at this point, really, I was living beyond my means. I was kind of paying for holidays on credit card because, you know, you work hard all year and then you want to make sure that you have a good holiday. So rather than actually being able to save up properly for holidays, I'd actually kind of put those on credit cards and worry about it later. But obviously, eventually this becomes a big problem. So during COVID, there was a lot of uncertainty around whether I'd keep my job. Luckily I did, and it's to this point I kind of realised I need to actually be a lot better with money because it's really risky in this situation to hold a lot of debt. So I wanted to get back on a level playing field as soon as possible so that I would be able to actually start using credit cards to my advantage. So I didn't travel at all during 2020 and the majority of 2021. So that basically gave me 2 years where I wasn't really spending on travel, and that was always one of the big areas that I spent a lot of money on to go and see family and things like that. Although I wouldn't have actually chosen not to travel and visit people, it did actually benefit me in a way because it allowed me to clear a lot of my debt off that probably I wouldn't have done otherwise. So in that sense, it kind of made good of a bad situation, really. So you could just use your debit card to pay for everything with money from your bank account. But of course, you don't get any actual benefits with that. With credit cards, this allows you to pay for things and actually get different benefits, and we're going to take a look at some of those now. So one of the key things that you can get when you pay for things on credit cards is discounts and rewards. In the particular credit card I've got, I actually get Airmiles with Etihad from Abu Dhabi. And this allows you different benefits such as discounts on hotel stays, travel insurance, car rental, entertainment, and a lot of other things. And a bit later on in the video, I'll show you how I paid for my trip back home using my Airmiles. Another way credit cards can benefit you is through credit score. So by owning a credit card and being able to pay it off each month, you're actually getting a good credit score. So you're proving that you're a reliable person for the bank to lend money to because you're able to pay it back. So another benefit is payment protection. So if your card's been fraudulently used, you can claim your money back. A lot of the time, the bank will also alert you of any suspicious transactions. So that might be transactions appearing from another country. Sometimes you might have actually traveled to the country, but other times you might just be at home and then you've got a transaction from a different country. So the bank will often let you know that this has been used and ask you if it was your transaction. And you can also create payment plans. So if you want to purchase a large item, you can actually buy that on credit card and then, you know, turn it into a payment plan over perhaps 6 months at a low interest rate. That's another really good way to use credit cards as well. But if you really want to take advantage of credit cards, you need to play by the rules. So I'll just give you a few tips of what you need to do when you're using credit cards. So firstly, you need to make sure that you're not buying anything that you can't afford with money from your normal account. And you need to make sure that you never carry any balance over to the next month, because this is where the card companies really start to make money. This is the point where compounding starts to work against you. So you're compounding interest the other way. So if you carry the balance over from 1 month to another, the interest you've got on the interest then carries over to the next month, and then you're paying interest on interest, and it can quite quickly spiral out of control. So you need to be really careful with that. And we've seen how important compounding is when you're making investments. And you need to just remember that compounding will actually work against you in this case. And also make sure you don't withdraw cash from a credit card because this will usually have quite high fees. So we can see here now that I'm just on the booking site for Etihad and my current balance is 195,000 air miles. And you can see here that I've selected at the moment to pay using the miles, and that's going to cost me 193,442. And also there's going to be a charge of 168 dirhams, which is travel insurance. So in this case, the travel insurance is a direct cost to the airline, so you can't actually pay for this in miles. So here you can see there's a sliding scale between the number of miles we're using and the amount of cash that's being paid. And as I reduce the miles, the cash amount starts to go up. So now I'm going to do this through a combination of using some of my air miles and also paying some of the cash amount, because I don't actually want to lose all my air miles just for this set of flights. So you can see here that I've decided to pay 2,000 in cash for the flights and also use 125,000 of my air miles for this as well. So that way I get to keep some of my air miles balance, and I'll definitely use that on the next trip I make. So this is one of the really cool benefits I have when using my credit card. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. Also consider subscribing to the channel as well if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments as well what you think regarding credit cards. Do you think they're a good thing? Do you think they're a bad thing? Personally, I think they're a good thing as long as you use them properly. You can get a lot of benefits from them. But let me know what you think about that in the comments below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.